Your remote team could be on the brink of collapse, and you might not even see it coming. Behind every Zoom call and Slack message lurks a hidden danger that threatens everything you've built. What if the very connections you think are strengthening your team are actually creating dangerous blind spots? Emotional intelligence, often celebrated as the glue of team harmony, can mask deeper issues. Relying too heavily on it in remote settings might be the ticking time bomb you never anticipated. Picture this during a team meeting. Everyone seems engaged, smiles and nods all around. But beneath that cheerful facade, discontent simmers. One team member feels overlooked while another buries their frustrations for the sake of team spirit. This is just a minor issue. It's the start of a silent divide that can widen unnoticed. You might believe you're cultivating a warm, inclusive atmosphere, but what if that warmth is just a mask? When we prioritize feelings over facts, crucial issues can get buried under good intentions. Have you ever seen someone sidestep a problem just to spare feelings? Now, consider this scenario: you're leading a project. Conflicts arise, but everyone is too friendly to confront the real issues. You feel the pressure mounting, yet instead of addressing it, you just smile and move on. Days turn into weeks, and unresolved tension morphs into passive-aggressive remarks or silent departures. You think everything is fine, but the cracks are beginning to show. The desire to maintain a pleasant atmosphere can create a culture of avoidance, where important discussions go unheld and valuable feedback gets trapped in team members' minds, turning into frustration. Just like that, your ensecohesive team starts to drift apart. Now, imagine if you could change this. What if the next time you sensed unease, you didn't ignore it? What if you encouraged open communication without fear of backlash? The potential for growth is enormous when you confront these issues head-on. But here's the catch: facing these challenges isn't easy. It demands vulnerability and a willingness to step out of your comfort zone. You need to create an environment where true feelings can be expressed, even if it disrupts the harmony you've worked so hard to build. So, how do you navigate this? Start small. Foster a culture of feedback where sharing concerns is viewed as a strength, not a weakness. Aim for clarity in conversations and make it a norm to address issues rather than let them fester. As we wrap up, take a moment to reflect on your team dynamics. Are you masking problems with emotional intelligence, or are you genuinely addressing the underlying issues? Remember, sometimes the kindest thing you can do for your team is to confront the uncomfortable truths hiding beneath the surface. Have you ever felt that something was off during a virtual meeting but can't quite put your finger on it? You're definitely not alone. Many remote teams navigate a complex web of hidden stress signals that often go unnoticed. While emotional intelligence is essential for effective communication, focusing too much on emotional cues can mask real issues simmering beneath the surface. Imagine a colleague who always seems cheerful during video calls. You might assume everything is fine, yet their performance starts to slip. What if that upbeat demeanor is just a mask hiding deeper frustration? These emotional signals can be misleading. While you interpret their happy expressions, you might miss subtle shifts in their tone or body language that are crying out for attention. It's these nuances that could connect your team's success to a ticking time bomb. Now, consider a scenario where deadlines are looming. Team members are quiet in the chat, and you think they're just busy. In reality, they might be feeling overwhelmed, isolated, or disengaged. Ignoring these signals only escalates the tension, setting the stage for potential disaster. The stakes are even higher because this isn't just about one person. A single overlooked stress signal can ripple through the entire team, affecting morale, productivity, and cohesion. What if I told you that a small change in your communication could help reveal these hidden signals? By fostering an environment that encourages open dialogue, you can inspire team members to share their feelings before it's too late. It's not just about emotional intelligence, it's about tuning into what's left unsaid. As you navigate this remote work landscape, remember your team's well-being is a shared responsibility. You have the power to uncover those overlooked signals. Take a moment to reflect on your team dynamics. Are you truly listening to what's not being said? The next time you join a meeting, ask yourself what unseen stresses might be lurking just beneath the surface. Let's not rely solely on emotional intelligence, let's dig deeper together. Imagine a team member you've never met, yet you depend on them daily. Sounds familiar, right? But this reliance could be your team's biggest vulnerability. Remote work has transformed our connections, and while emotional intelligence may seem like a secret weapon, it can also be a double-edged sword. Many leaders emphasize emotional intelligence as crucial for understanding team dynamics. However, in a remote setting, this reliance can obscure deeper issues. Are we truly picking up on subtle cues when communicating through a screen? Picture this: a colleague shares their thoughts in a meeting and you sense discomfort. You react believing you're showing empathy, but what if your interpretation is off? How often do we misread intentions when we're not face to face? This is where risks begin to surface. Emotional intelligence, while valuable, can lead us to make too many assumptions, causing us to overlook what's really happening beneath the surface. Consider a situation where a team member appears disengaged. You might assume it's due to personal stress, but they could be struggling with their workload or feeling isolated. Leaning too heavily on emotional intelligence might cause you to miss the chance to address the real issue. The lack of physical presence can amplify misunderstandings. You might think someone is being distant when they're actually facing technical difficulties. Your good intentions could easily turn into frustration. Now let's discuss decision making. In remote teams, we often rely on emotional insights for collaboration. But what happens when those insights are based on flawed assumptions? You risk steering the ship. Then there's trust. Without face-to-face interactions, building genuine trust becomes more challenging. You might feel confident in your emotional readings, but they could lead to a shaky foundation. Just a small hiccup could create larger issues down the line, create a ripple effect throughout the team. So, how do we navigate this complex landscape? First, recognize that emotional intelligence is just one piece of the puzzle. Balance it with transparency and open communication. Encourage team members to share their challenges even when it feels awkward. Next, cultivate a culture where feedback isn't just welcomed but actively sought. This approach helps validate your emotional insights against reality.